Okay, good morning everybody. So Antarctica, it is one of humanity's last frontiers. It is a breathtaking, wild, extreme and pristine environment? No. With over 70 active research stations and up to 1 million cubic metres of contaminated soil, it is far from pristine or free from risk. Currently, Antarctica has no contamination guidelines, and the traditional organisms that we would use to establish guidelines, such as plants, worms, mites, invertebrates, are all but absent from the soil. So we need a unique approach. And I believe microbes are it. As most of us know, they are everywhere, even in these frozen soils. And they perform really important functions for the ecosystem, such as cycling carbon, nitrogen, sulfur. So in collaboration with others, we've looked at the microbiology and the environmental variables of almost 300 soils from not only Antarctica, but also the Arctic, to try and decipher what is driving the microbial ecology of these polar soils and how are human impacts altering this biodiversity. We now know that at impacted or contaminated sites, we're likely to see the nitrogen cycle inhibited, the biodiversity inhibited or decreased, and communities shift from large numbers of slow-growing, niche-specific like species to communities dominated by just a few rapidly growing generalist weed-like species. We've also seen the major environmental variables that drive biodiversity shift from impacted to pristine sites. So I've been using these results to model and try and develop guidelines for site-specific remediation and contamination guidelines throughout the region, with our recently recommended protective values submitted to the governing bodies for our first sub-Antarctic site. It is hoped that understanding the microbial ecology of these polar soils will not only shed light on their toxicity thresholds, but also inform future risk-based models to deal with the increased research and tourism activities throughout the region. We hope to be able to protect Antarctica and its fragile ecosystems, to restore and keep it wild and free from contaminants.